This video from the Innovation Leaders Club discusses how to define innovation to avoid pushbacks. Before measuring and setting innovation objectives, you must define what an innovation means for your organization. Using innovation in the value offering is a proven and practical definition of innovation among club members. We have developed a 60-page visual guidebook on how to develop an innovation strategy. It is a fully illustrated step-by-step guide to building the foundation of an innovation system. Click the link in the description below to download it for free. The preferred option is innovation in the value offering. Many Innovation Leaders Club members use this option because it's a simple and practical way of measuring innovation. There are many types of innovations included in the value offering, but innovation should always be evaluated from an external perspective. Let's clearly define an innovation. Innovation has three components and one specificity. It must 1. Offer novelty to the value offering, such as a distinctive new look or new features. 2. The novelty must be visible to the customer, which means they must be able to perceive and appreciate the novelty of the innovation. 3. Finally, it must create value for the customer. Here the question is not to know if it brings small, medium, or very high value. It isn't about the level of value as long as it brings value to the customer and that the value is different than the current offering. As the perception of novelty is fleeting, an innovation is only considered new for a specific number of years. This is mainly related to the duration that the innovation will be measured. More information on how long an innovation should be considered new will be covered later in this module. Therefore, an innovation can take several forms: a new line extension, a new product, new platform, new process, an innovation in the customer experience, a business model innovation, and so on. Who is the customer? For a B2C, business-to-consumer organization, the customer is the consumer. However, for a B2B, business-to-business organization, the idea of the customer is rather vague. Most of the time, there is a value chain: distributor, retailer, installer, specifier, buyer, user, etc. and so on. As long as at least one stakeholder understands and benefits from the innovation, it can be considered an innovation. Suppose you haven't defined your innovation yet. If that's the case, we recommend you use this definition as a starting point. This definition has proved its reliability with many club members over the years. Pelican, a member of the Innovation Leaders Club, is a world leader in designing and manufacturing kayaks, paddleboards, and paddle boats. They have based their value proposition on democratizing the kayak by offering attractive, affordable, and easy-to-use products. A lot of their success rests in their effective manufacturing process, an obviously very well-kept secret. Example 1. In order to sustain growth and access a new market segment without cannibalizing their current sales, Pelican developed a new product line, the fishing kayak, as seen in this picture. Referring to the previously stated definition, is this an innovation? Yes, because it has a new look and new features which are visibly recognizable by customers, retailers, and consumers, and it creates value through its new multifunctionalities. Example 2. Pelican developed a new material to improve its manufacturing speed to produce kayaks without changing their prices. Referring to the previous definition, is this also an innovation? No, because while there is novelty in the process, and it creates value internally for Pelican by increasing its margins, nothing changes from the customer's perspective as there are no new functions and the value of the product remains the same. As a reminder, for the market to consider it an innovation, it has to be visible externally. In Pelican's case, if they wanted their new material to be recognized as an innovation, they would have needed to communicate to their customers that they were now using a new material that increased their manufacturing efficiency and in turn offered savings to the market. And so a cost reduction can be considered as an innovation if the value is communicated to the market. Now let's consider various types of innovations on two dimensions. On the left, we have the level of newness to the company, and on the right, the level of newness to the market. On the low end of newness, there are cost reductions and repositionings. In the middle, there are improvements to existing products and additions to existing product lines. On the high end, there are new product lines and new-to-the-world products. The question is, using the previous definition of an innovation, are these all innovations? The answer is an indisputable yes for new products to the world, new product lines, adding to existing product lines, and improvements to existing products. But there is uncertainty regarding repositionings and cost reductions. It all depends if these innovations are visible to the client. Repositionings are interesting because a smart innovator takes a current offering from a specific market and offers it to another market so it can be an innovation for them. For example, a bathtub manufacturer can take a bath launched 6 years ago for a specialized retail market and tweak it to be repositioned for large hardware stores. Cost reductions are trickier as they're usually not disclosed, so they fall off the definition of being visible to the customer unless the organization shares a part of the reduction with the customer. Here is the same graph but designed on a 2D format. Some members find it easier to use. Looking at this benchmark published a few years ago, it's interesting to note that 10% are new-to-the-world products, 20% are new product lines, 26% are adding to existing product lines, 26% are improvements to existing products, 7% are repositionings, and 11% are cost reductions. Even though this matrix maps out the various levels of newness and innovation can embed, club members don't refer much to the 3x3 matrix. Studies have shown that prior to the 2000s, new-to-the-world and new product lines were experiencing higher rates than today. This is mainly due to the fact that organizations have grown their offerings over the years, and they must now sustain them. Another model growing in popularity is the three-level model. It is on a simpler model where the newness is evaluated between markets and products. And so, the markets and the offerings are considered whether they are existing, incremental, or new. This leads to three types of strategy: the core, which reinforces the current strategy; the adjacent, which is a potential bonification to the strategy; or the transformation, when both the product and the market are new. How long should an innovation be considered new? Well, it depends on your industry. Long-lasting innovations such as industrial solutions, building materials, and so on are usually considered new for less than 5 years. Short-lasting innovations such as consumer products, services, and so on are usually considered new for less than 3 years. But for fast-paced industries such as telecom, electronic, medical, and trend-related industries, they use a variable duration. For example, in the video game industry, a new product is only considered new for the first year following its release. A benchmark from the Innovation Leaders Club members in 2009 indicates that only 5% of its members consider innovation new for less than a year, 7% for less than 2 years, 59% for less than 3 years, 5% for less than 4 years, 21% for less than 5 years, and 3% for something else. In this last benchmark, a member moving equipment for the pulp and paper industry considers it an innovation for 7 years. If you haven't already done so, you can get your hands on our popular 60-page visual guidebook for free. Click the link in the description below. Don't hesitate to watch the next video to learn even more about innovation management practices.